Hi, this is George, and you're watching The Return of the King channel. In my previous video, sometimes you get the answer you were looking for. I thought the rapture was going to be on the Feast of Trumpets, and that it was delayed 21 days until Shemini Atzeret. I asked God if this is it, as I've done many times before, and for the first time I got an answer, yes. There is zero doubt in my mind that this is God answering me. What I've enjoyed about this journey was watching God come through time and time again, leading me in the right direction. Everything I've been looking at is finally in place as it should be. At some point, all the puzzle pieces have to be in place. At the Feast of Trumpets, there are a few pieces that were sitting on the shelf. They didn't work if the rapture were to occur on the Feast of Trumpets, but they came off the shelf and the puzzle completed on Shemini Atzeret. I was very upset with God when the day came and went. I felt betrayed by God, lied to. I was more than content if we were still here after the Feast of Trumpets, without knowing the day for the rapture. If he wants to reveal the day, fine. If not, I'm fine with that too. It's not important to me. I told God, how can I trust you? I feel like you've lured me in. You've guided me this whole journey. I've asked you questions, and you lead me to the answers. It's the only thing that kept me going. You're always faithful, and now this, betrayed, lied to. I understand that you test us, but this is beyond the pale. This is sick. I certainly can't trust the devil, and now I can't trust you. The Holy Spirit is trying to get my attention, but my emotions are screaming so loudly that I can't and I really don't want to hear from him. I'm angry with God and I need to vent. I tell God, I'm in pain right now and you've broken my heart. I trusted you and you betrayed me. I would have never shared any of this with the world if I didn't believe in you. It's bad enough if it just affects me, but it doesn't. It hurts other people too. I need you to explain what just happened. I don't get it. At moments like this, the devil comes in and whispers in your ear, see, you can't trust him. Look what he did to Job, killed his family. What kind of God is that? And for a moment, you believe the lie. It's evening now, and I need to decompress. I need to watch something, a movie with a good ending. I've watched the movie Gran Turismo before, so I know how it ends. So I watch that. This movie is about the video game simulator Gran Turismo. It was designed to be the most accurate auto racing simulator in the world. As an advertising scheme, Nissan goes along with the idea of having a racing contest using the simulator Gran Turismo. The top 10 winners will be trained to race real cars. Out of that 10, only one will go on to race on the racing circuit sponsored by Nissan. The movie starts by following the character who's going to win and go on to race professionally for Nissan. His passion since he was a child is to race cars. Now he has his chance. While he's racing, he's involved in a freak accident where the wind causes his car to go airborne and crash. He finds out after he comes to in the hospital that a spectator was killed. It's not his fault, but he's done with racing. At this moment in time, I feel like him. I'm done. I've had enough. I've had enough of God. He eventually recovers and goes on to race. He and two other drivers of the original 10 go on to race the 24-hour Le Mans race in France. He sets a single-lap speed record, and these three sim-car race drivers take fourth place overall, changing the racing world forever. For some reason, this movie gives me hope. I go to bed, and in the early morning hours, the Lord answers me. It happens instantaneously, all at once. It goes something like this. I didn't lie to you. It is the day of the rapture, just like in the parable of the 10 virgins. But the bridegroom is going to be delayed. This was to be the day, but there's a war in the heavens. I've told you about this. He's on his way. It won't be long now. That's a pretty simple answer. I was thinking the Feast of Trumpets was to be the day of the rapture, but it was getting delayed to the 8th day of Tabernacles, Shemini Atzeret. In reality, God is saying this was to be the day. Any trumpet blown on Shemini Atzeret or later this fall will be the last trumpet spoken of by Paul. Christ is on his way. There's a war going on right now. Satan is attempting to prevent the rapture from occurring, but he will fail. This was a test, but not in the way I thought. For a brief moment, I lost my faith in God, much like Simon Peter just before Christ was crucified. Jesus, speaking to Simon, says this, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan demanded to have you, that he might sift you like wheat. But I have prayed for you, that your faith may not fail. And when you have turned again, strengthen your brothers. Christ going to the cross devastated the apostles. It was not what they were expecting. But after the resurrection, their sorrow was turned to joy. It won't be long now before any sorrow experienced now will be turned to joy. God allows us to get things wrong to show us his grace. He doesn't leave us or abandon us even if we do. Everything God has shown me has now completed. There's nothing more to do now but watch and wait. It's closer than you think. I hope this encourages you to never lose your faith in God, no matter what happens. Even when we fail Him, He never fails us. Maranatha.